Sorry, Dr. Wolf, you need to unmute yourself.
My audio. Okay.
And you are on custom live streaming service, not on YouTube. You need to unmute yourself.
I just did. Are we good?
You are on. You're not on YouTube. You're on a custom live streaming service. Is that right? Okay.
It's wrong. It's correct. I'm looking at it right now. It's correct.
Okay. It's what it should be, and you can hear me, right, Shamir? Okay.
And you are on custom live streaming service, not on YouTube.
That's
you need to
okay.
unmute yourself.
I just did. Are we good? Okay.
You are on.
Where is me? There. Hi. You can hear me? Okay, good. We're happening. There we go. Yay. Welcome, everybody. Hope that's all happening in the right way for you, wherever you are. Welcome. May 16, 2020 Rainbow Healing Circle for our beautiful sister, Kahuna Kale Iliahi in Big Island, Hawaii. So welcome to all of you. I just want to take a couple of minutes to make sure that everyone is hearing me. We are having everyone we need here, that we are working together to create this beautiful day, and that we want to bring the energy of Lemuria into the beautiful heart, soul, and cells of our friend Kahuna Kale. So thank you, everyone who is streaming this and restreaming this, and everyone that has joined us today. I'm here with my dear friend Shamir Ladani, and he will be doing something lovely in a little bit for you with his heart math. And then you see down the bottom, or don't see, my son Orion Enzo, my technical advisor. Thanks for being here, honey. You get me going in the right direction, so I appreciate that. So it's Saturday morning here in toasty Tucson, and when I first read of Kale's health not being optimum, I felt that I wanted to do something, and I wanted my community to be a part of something for her, and that I wanted to do it today, that I wanted to give her this gift today. So I appreciate all of you who have come to my call that was kind of quick. And because there's so many people that have responded. So we're streaming live right now from Italy. And we're streaming also live right now from Cali, Colombia. And I just remembered that I need to slow down for translation. I just get so excited. So let me talk to you for a few minutes about what is the Rainbow Healing Circle. And that name was just given to me by the Star Mothers as soon as I knew that I needed to be doing this with you all for our dear star sister, our Kahuna, our goddess priestess of Lemuria. Because in Lemuria, we really didn't have the need for healing circles unless someone had an injury or an accident. But if you can imagine that we were these vital, healthy beings, and we were balanced between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We were balanced between the human being and the spiritual being. And we were taught by the Star Mothers all the time. So, you know, there was not illness as we know it. There was not despair or anxiety or depression or discontent, because we were there for a greater purpose. And should we feel something like that, we knew that it came from a place that wasn't real, that was a sort of a residue of what was happening because of our human mind, and that we have all the time a choice with our mind to make peace in our mind. And that's part of the gift of being human, is that we can use the mind for a tool. But in Lemuria, we didn't do that. We didn't need to do that. But today we're creating a healing for our dear Kahuna Kale Iliahi in the quantum field. We're connected to her. It's 10 after 7 a.m. on Big Island time in Hawaii. And we also use the quantum field in the Temple of Rejuvenation in Lemuria. And any of you who have this book, do you think I have a few things marked there? The Women of Lemuria. You may have already read these parts, but it really came to me that I wanted to make them part of this ceremony again. So this is a Cryon channel to Dr. Todd Yayi that also took place, not just to him, but it took place in Boulder, Colorado in 2012, January 14, 2012. And this is how Cryon explained the Temple of Rejuvenation. It has two human beings quantumly entangled. So today we have more than two human beings. We have many human beings, and we are quantumly entangling with our subject, who is the kahuna. One is the target, which will be Kale, and one is the template, the life extension. So we entangle the target and transfer certain attributes from the template, which is the perfect DNA. So we know that in stem cells, we have perfect DNA, that they're pristine. But we also know, Cryon has told us, that they are multidimensional. So we don't have to stop and draw blood and spin down stem cells, that we can do this, that we have the ability to tap into the multidimensional field. And we're doing that right now. Just being together like this brings us to that multidimensional field. It's quantum. And so in the Temple of Rejuvenation in Lemuria, they use the stem cells, the multidimensional DNA of an unborn child inside the mother, because the child had perfect stem cells. And those were transferred to the target or the subject. And now we're going to do that by using the stem cells and the multidimensional DNA of Kahuna Kale's original template in Lemuria, her lifetime in Lemuria. So there is going to be an entanglement process that goes on here, and we will connect with her in that way as we bring those ancient, but still very viable, very active, very present stem cells of Kahuna Kale's original DNA in Lemuria. We're going to activate those. And we're going to give her a transfusion or an infusion and an entanglement of those cells. How does that sound? Pretty exciting? So thank you for being here with me for this. I think this is the first time that this has been done, certainly across the world. I know there are people here from all over the planet. You've been contacting me the past 2 days to say that you'll be here during this time so that together we will create this miraculous time. Thank you, everyone. We are all part of this. We do this together. Before we begin the actual template transfer, I've invited my dearest, Lemurian brother, Shamir Ladani. He's in Calgary, Canada, 2,000 or 3,000 miles north of me, but only 1 hour. And in the quantum world, we're here together. So he is going to give us a beautiful journey with our multidimensional hearts to open the way for this beautiful template exchange that we're going to do with Kahuna Kalei. So welcome, Shamir.
Thank you so much, Meleha, and thank you, everyone. I'm so honored to be here with my global soul family. It's an honor and a privilege to be asked by Meleha to do this for our dearest Kahuna Kalei. And what we want to do is we want to first prepare this biological body of ours so that we can tune it, so that we can connect multidimensionally and in a way that we can set up the entanglement setting as Meleha has described to us so beautifully. So my job today is to guide us all through a coherence building approach where we set up the field, and then the Meleha will then take over from there, do the rainbow healing. So let us first begin by placing our awareness in the area of our heart. This is the big engine that's going to get us going now. So let us close our eyes, place our awareness in the area of the heart, and begin to take very slow, very deep breaths. And experience these breaths flowing in and out of our hearts. So let us do this for a few breaths now. Draw your breaths in and out very slowly, very deeply, and just visualize or experience them flowing in and out of your heart. This begins the process of you telling your body that the heart is where we start from. And as you do this slow breathing technique, begin to recall joy and experience joy. Recall memories that give you a lot of joy or gratitude, something that makes your heart smile, that brings joy in your heart. And the more intense you feel this joy, the more powerful your biological engine will be set up to actually do the healing. So before we heal anybody or we facilitate the healing for anybody, we must set up ourselves first in a balanced way. So taking slow, deep, gentle breaths, experiencing these breaths flowing in and out of our hearts, and then activating those emotions of joy, more intense the better. And what I would do now is I would talk to my body. Your body is something that is active with you, interacting with you, and tell your body you want to experience a more deeper version of this emotion. Just say, I want to feel more. I want to experience more. The more deeply you feel joy, the better your coherence level will be. So take these slow, deep, gentle breaths and experience a level of joy greater than you've ever experienced before. Give your body permission and release and let go of that. Beautiful. Beautiful. All I did right now was I asked to tap into everybody's joy, and I'm feeling a huge wave of buzz. I feel my goosebumps. Join me in setting the intuition right now, or setting the intention right now, that you want to tap into everyone's joy and add your joy to that, so that we can all experience a compound of everyone's joy this moment. And wait for the goosebumps. I'm feeling it now. Beautiful. 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 And I want you to radiate this outward. But this time, I want a radiation. I want you to imagine a rainbow flowing out of your heart and enveloping the entire globe. Can you see the beautiful colors? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. The rainbow represents a transition between rain and sun, because that's what it is. It's that point of joy, that place of balance between two extreme weathers. So why not now from your heart, sending it out, envelop the entire globe. Now, I would like you to picture our beautiful Kahuna. I would like you to wrap her around this rainbow love. From your heart to her heart. Every cell in your body is singing with this beautiful rainbow color. Your stem cells, your pristine stem cells, are dancing in joy with her pristine stem cells. Beautiful.
Thank you, Shamir. That was an elegant way to begin this journey. So let's just continue from right where we are. In every color of the rainbow, seeing the storm that passes and the sun that shines, seeing that energy entangled in the perfect template of Kahuna Kale Iliahi's DNA in her stem cells, in that template of her original Lemurian Akash. You might see her as a young child running down the beach, chasing the end of a rainbow. Great joy as she laughs and she runs through the water and it splashes up around her. And she goes far down the beach. And the rainbow, she finds the end of it. There it is. And she stands in it. And it's a fine mist hanging in the air. And all of those colors are just pouring down on her. She lifts her arms and lifts her face to the sky and lets that fine mist descend on her, soft droplets, and a heart uplifted with so much joy and connection. She is an original Pleiadian Lemurian, deeply in love with her being and her reason for being. And as we picture her, the perfection of that young, joyful girl, we all add our lights, our rainbows from our hearts into this large, gigantic earth circling rainbow that begins on the shores of Lemuria, circles the earth and everyone there who is adding to it, and comes back to the shores of Lemuria, where she is standing. And this beautiful princess, with her arms raised and her face filled with light and joy, begins to slowly turn in a circle, as if she doesn't want to miss one part of her being touched by this amazing phenomenon, this luminescence, this stunning source energy. And there is no question in her mind, she is just in the moment. And every cell of her body is vibrating. And a ripple goes through her, and she giggles. And out in the ocean, the whales are singing and the dolphins are jumping. And overhead, the birds are singing and dancing. Everyone is celebrating this perfect child. Everyone is celebrating the pristine stem cell that ripples through the being of this young child as they multiply and become the template of her DNA. They become the original Akash. They become the kahuna in lifetimes, yet unknown. All of the information for the now is there. All of the information for the future is there. And it will be unfolded as it is meant to be. But in the moment of this beautiful child standing on the edge of the ocean, dancing in the rainbow, laughing, her smiling face lifted to the sky, lifted to the colors of the rainbow. Her feet almost leave the ground. And the perfection of who she is enters the rainbow. And the rainbow takes that perfection and multiplies it in her beautiful colors, in the strengths of her blues and greens, in the softness of her yellows and pinks, in the fire of her reds and oranges. And this young girl, this Pleiadian Lemurian princess, she does not know what this life holds, but she knows she is ready for anything. And she trusts that the joy in this moment will carry her as a rainbow arcs across the sky. It will carry her throughout this life and many lives to come. And she will always look at rainbows differently than other people. She may not know why. Today, we know why. We know that it is her template, that it is her entanglement with this energy that brings this spectrum, the full spectrum of all colors, to her DNA once again in this life, through the quantum field, thousands of years ago, and yet present in this moment with all of you. So we celebrate with the young princess twirling on the beach. We see her as endless joy in whatever life she is or she is not. Her soul will be known always by its joy. Take a breath, please. And as you feel the rainbow of your heart connecting, entangling with the DNA template of this soul we know now as Kahuna Kale, celebrate with her, celebrate together, beautiful family. For you have reminded her soul of its purpose, and you have touched the quantum field. You have been in the temple of rejuvenation, and there is healing here, and there is purpose, and there is always the future. Take another breath. And if you would just bring your hand to your heart and let your rainbow breath come and go right from there. Feeling the love and the presence of one who has brought so much light to this world. We are honored to touch the light of the priestess Kale'i'ala'i. I am honored to call her my sister, and I celebrate you, beautiful goddess. I celebrate your light, your laugh, and everything that you bring in the entanglement of the Akash that we all share with you as old souls. Thank you. It is an honor. I am honored. And take a breath. And let me thank all of you again for being a part of the celebration in honor of our dear star sister, Kahuna, goddess priestess, original Lemurian, and my dear friend, Kale'i'ala'i. Thank you all. And I ask you to keep this time together in your hearts today for her. Keep these blessings unfolding. And every time you see a rainbow, think of the rainbow princess. And I will too. Mahalo and aloha, my dear family of light. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody.